Time to learn how to sand a floor your damn self. You could rent this machine for $76 a day or $53 for 4 hours. The way you use the machine is by pushing that lever forward and it will pull you ahead. When you get to the end of the run, you're going to pull back on the handle and then this will disengage the drum. Some things to remember is always go 50% of your last pass and do not start the drum or stop the drum in a stop position. For this flooring, I decided to start at 60 grit because it wasn't in bad shape. And then you'll see me moving up to 80 grit and then 100 grit. And then you repeat the same process as you did the last time. Just know you'll definitely get your steps in. Also, you got to make sure to vacuum between each grit sanding. After you finish all the sanding with all the grits, you're going to move on to the edger. And this part sucks, I'm not going to lie. You take this little but very powerful machine and then you start working the edges. So if the grain of the wood is going left to right, then you're going to sand left to right. Remember not to push down too hard on this sander because you don't want to make grooves inside the floor. You're basically trying to glide this across the floor. Regardless what you do, the scratch patterns from this machine and the other machine will be different. So to minimize that, you want to use the tip to make it look like it's going with the grain of the wood. The short side of the room boards are a little harder, so you want to angle this and go in like a Z pattern. You're going to use the same grit pattern as you did before, so 60, then 80, and then 100. To blend in the scratch patterns from the two different machines, you're going to use a floor buffer. I'm using a 100 grit screen to do this. And finally, you get to stain. The way I did this is pour a little stain on the buffer pad and then worked it in and then wiping off the excess with some rags. After it dries, add some poly and you're good to go.